Most people never realize how fast everything can change. Not because it's impossible, but because they've been sold the lie that transformation takes forever. It doesn't. 1 month. That's all it takes to completely redirect your life. Not years. Not decades. Just 30 days of focused effort, ruthless discipline, and non-negotiable commitment. Think about how many months you've already wasted doing things halfway, starting, stopping, waiting for motivation, negotiating with comfort. You don't need more time. You need to stop leaking your potential into distractions that never give anything back. Because while you're scrolling, hesitating, replaying the same tired story in your head, someone else is rewriting theirs, with less time, and more fire than you think you have. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This isn't about perfection. It's about precision. Small, deliberate actions, executed with intensity, can reshape your entire reality. But that only starts when you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start moving, especially when it's hard. And if these words strike something in you, if they wake something up, don't just nod and scroll away. Subscribe. Not for us, for you. Because this isn't just a video. It's a decision point. Let's make the next 1 month count. Here's what no one tells you. 6 months of focused, aligned effort can outperform 6 years of half-hearted attempts. But that requires something rare. Full alignment. Not just doing the right things, but becoming the kind of person who does them without second-guessing, without delay, without waiting for external permission. Your habits, your thoughts, your environment, your standards, all of it must move in the same direction, like a well-trained army under one command. And that command must come from you. Not motivation, not inspiration, but a decision so clear, so solid, that the noise of hesitation can't touch it. So why don't most people reach that level? Because they're fragmented. One part wants greatness. The other craves comfort. One voice whispers, potential. The other clings to fear, disguised as routine. And in that internal war, energy leaks. You scroll when you should be studying. You eat trash when you promise discipline. You explain when you should just act. You delay when the answer should be now. And day by day, your identity isn't shaped by your aspirations, but by who you choose to be. In your weakest moments, Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." What does that mean here? It means your enemy isn't out there. It's in the blind spots, in the patterns you've never questioned, in the voices you've mistaken for truth, in the pain you've normalized simply because it's familiar. This 6-month transformation isn't just about grinding harder. It's about turning and facing the unconscious drivers behind your choices. Your procrastination? Not random. Your self-sabotage? Not an accident. These are learned patterns, habits of thought built long ago, still running quietly in the background. So how do you break them? Not gently, not someday. Now, with fire, with brutal honesty, with radical self-awareness that refuses to flinch. You must look directly at your defaults, the excuses, the emotional crutches, the mental exits you've used for years, and strip them of the lies that made them feel safe. Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But the examined life? That's where the real war begins. Because once you see what's held you back, you can't unseen it. And the only thing left is what you choose to do with it. So ask yourself, what happens when your excuses stop working on you? What happens when you finally stop living on autopilot and take back the pen? What did the last month really look like? Not through the lens of self-forgiveness, not through the haze of "I've been busy," but through raw, unfiltered honesty, the kind that only comes when you're done pretending. Did you spend more time avoiding your problems than solving them? Did Netflix get more hours than your goals? Did you delay the very things you claim you want, dressing up avoidance as being realistic? Be brutally honest. How often did you lower your standards? The moment discomfort knocked on your door and said, Let's take it easy today? And if that version of you has been in the driver's seat, how much longer are you going to let them steer? How many more days are you willing to trade for temporary comfort, knowing full well those days never come back? 1 month. That's your test. Not to become someone new, not to chase an image you saw online, but to return to who you were before the world told you to shrink, before you learned to settle, before you started asking for permission. That version of you didn't explain their hunger away. They moved, they created, they acted, and they're still in there, buried under hesitation, but not gone. Carl Jung said wholeness isn't found by cutting off parts of ourselves, but by integration. You don't need to become something you're not. You need to remember who you were before fear rewrote the script. But here's the catch. You don't get to remember without responsibility. You don't reclaim your power while blaming your past. Ownership isn't a hashtag. It's not a caption about taking control, followed by another week of comfort and delay. It's the kind that makes your stomach drop. The kind that makes you confront the truth. If you're not where you want to be, it's not the algorithm's fault. It's not your job, your boss, your schedule. It's your decisions, your rituals, the comfort you chose over growth. The truth is painful, but it's clean. Unlike denial, which leaves a mess every time. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. You don't need more time. You need more intensity. The kind of clarity that makes the old you feel like a stranger. The kind of commitment that makes distractions feel insulting. Because when your life is rooted in purpose, things that once felt irresistible start to lose their grip. You stop entertaining anything that doesn't match the identity you're building, not because you're forcing discipline, but because misalignment just feels wrong. Let me ask you, what good is a goal without a system to hold it up? Most people love to dream. Very few build the day-to-day structure that makes that dream inevitable, and even fewer live it when no one's watching. That's the difference between growth and stagnation, between regret and pride. So stop asking, "What should I do?" That question assumes you're lost. Start asking the question that assumes your power. Who must I become so I never have to ask this again? Because once you become that person, the path reveals itself. The habits align. The excuses lose their volume. And motivation becomes irrelevant. But what kind of mindset does that person live from? That's the first shift. Identity. Everything starts here. When your identity changes, your habits don't need reminders. You don't talk yourself into action. Action becomes your nature. This isn't just motivational fluff. It's neuroscience and ancient wisdom saying the same thing. The brain clings to identity, and behavior follows belief. If you still see yourself as undisciplined, your actions will protect that identity. But when you start seeing yourself as someone who follows through, especially when it's hard, your behavior naturally starts to align. That's why the Stoics had it right. Don't waste time arguing what a good person is. Be one. Plato said virtue isn't inherited. It's built through repetition. When the standard becomes your nature, effort disappears. You no longer ask, "Should I?" You simply do. But here's where most people stall. They upgrade the desire, but not the identity. They want more, but still see themselves as less. So let's get practical. Let's talk clarity. Not vague goals like, "I want to be successful" or "I want to be happier." That's noise. Wallpaper thinking. Pretty but useless. What does success look like? What does it feel like? How will you measure it? If you can't define it, your mind can't chase it. Do you want to lose 30 pounds? Say it. Don't hide behind, "I just want to be healthier." Do you want to build a 6-figure business? Read 50 books this year? Sleep 8 hours a night? Spend more time with your kids? Whatever it is, name it, clarify it, quantify it, because blurry goals lead to blurry effort, and blurry effort leads nowhere. Aristotle said, "The soul never thinks without an image." If you can't picture your future, Your mind won't move toward it. You have to see it clearly. So clearly that every part of you starts to believe it's already on its way. But even clarity isn't enough. Here's the kicker. That goal? You must reverse engineer it into daily execution, not monthly intentions, not weekly bursts of motivation. Daily precision. What must happen today to move 1 inch closer? 1 email, 1 workout, 1 uncomfortable conversation. And then you do it, no matter how you feel, no matter the weather, no matter if Mercury's in retrograde, or your to-do list is giving you a panic attack. You don't wait to feel ready. You become ready. You build an internal climate where discipline isn't something you chase, it's something you are. Because real discipline is forged in friction, not ease. Anyone can act when it's convenient. What defines you is what you do when it's not. So why do most people fall off? Because the ego wants results now, craves validation like oxygen. But real transformation, it's quiet at first, invisible, feels like nothing is changing, until one day everything has. That's the paradox. You won't feel it happening while it's happening. So don't chase fireworks. Chase consistency. That's where the power lives. That's where identity crystallizes. You know what destroys more dreams than failure ever could? Negotiation. That inner whisper. Maybe I'll skip today. It's not that urgent. I'll start fresh on Monday. Once the debate starts, it's already over. Because comfort doesn't yell. It suggests. It offers softness. When what you really need is steel. That's why the greats remove the option entirely. They decide once, and then act forever. They don't revisit the commitment every morning. They live inside it. You think Marcus Aurelius opened his eyes each day and debated whether to live by virtue? No, he understood the weight of his role, and he embodied it without applause. Socrates didn't wait for the right moment to speak truth. He was truth in motion. Their actions weren't rooted in emotion. They were grounded in principle. So the real question becomes, what would your life look like if you stopped giving yourself a way out? Stop waking up wondering what to do. Wake up remembering who you are. Most people roll out of bed and surrender immediately to emotion. They check in with how they feel and let that decide their day. But life doesn't wait for you to feel inspired. It moves relentlessly forward. And if you hesitate, opportunities vanish. Aristotle said it best. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Your power doesn't lie in waiting for perfect conditions. It's revealed by acting. When conditions are far from perfect. When you choose discipline over comfort. When you move anyway, something remarkable happens. Your emotions begin to follow your actions, instead of leading them. That subtle shift? It rewires everything. You become someone who acts with clarity, with purpose, with consistency. Action creates identity. Identity builds momentum. Momentum changes everything. But how do you protect momentum in a world designed to distract you? Because make no mistake, momentum is fragile. You guard it by protecting your time. Like your life depends on it. Because it does. Every day, every hour, every choice. They're not just habits. They're votes for the life you're building. So consider the finite nature of your time. Consider how many hours you've already lost to trivial distractions, aimless scrolling, convenient procrastination. Most people aren't lazy. They're just experts at quietly losing track of their time. So ask yourself, which direction are your daily choices pulling you? Are they shaping the future you claim to want, or silently building a life you never asked for? Because whether you notice it or not, your future is already under construction. Not someday, not when things calm down. Now, and every action is a brick. Every moment of avoidance is too. Every time you say, just this once, you cast a vote against the life you say you want. But here's the beauty. You can start steering the ship at any moment. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to decide. Decide that from this moment forward, you are no longer available for the habits that keep you average. You are no longer entertained by excuses dressed up as being realistic. You no longer allow fear to play the lead role in your story, because fear will never leave completely. That's not the goal. The goal is to stop letting it lead. Discipline over drama, structure over scattered energy, ownership over excuses. You're not waiting to become someone new. You're remembering who you've always been. Beneath the noise, beneath the hesitation, beneath the fear. It's time to stop negotiating with your potential. It's time to raise the standard. Not out of self-punishment, not out of guilt, but because you finally understand what's at stake. Time is not a resource. It's the currency of your life, and you're spending it right now. The only question is, what are you buying with it? Are you purchasing progress, growth, momentum? Or are you buying comfort, delay, and regret? One leads to a life of meaning, the other to a life of wondering what could have been. You have 1 month. That's your challenge. Not to change everything, but to change direction permanently. To move from hesitation to embodiment. From blurry intention to surgical execution. No more waiting. No more watching others live the life you want. No more false starts and second chances. This is the moment. You either commit to the next version of you, or stay loyal to the limitations that were never yours to begin with. So stop asking if you're ready. Decide you are, and move. Which direction did you move today? And since every action counts, why not move decisively, swiftly, with purpose? Plato taught that human behavior flows from 3 sources: desire, emotion, knowledge. Align them, and let them become rocket fuel. Move with unrelenting hunger. Move with obsession. Not the reckless kind, but the kind that sharpens every thought, that makes distractions feel irrelevant. When you move like this, hesitation loses its grip. Fear doesn't write your script. Momentum takes over, and momentum is the most unstoppable force there is. If you commit to this level of clarity and intensity, for just 1 month you won't even recognize the old you. The version that delayed, the one who stalled, the one who second-guessed, will become a distant echo. Instead, you'll move with intention. You'll speak with conviction. You'll think in clear, complete sentences, not the fragmented whispers of doubt and confusion. The fog will lift, and in its place, clarity, alignment, power. But perhaps the most profound shift won't be pride. It'll be gratitude. Gratitude for the moment you chose this path. Not for the goals, not for the praise, but for the courage to start. For the decision to stop negotiating with your potential. This moment, right now, isn't the end of anything. It's ignition, a spark, lighting the fire of who you were always meant to be. Because the version of you you're becoming is no longer just a dream or idea. They're real. They're here. And they begin now. As Socrates said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And today you built something new, something real, something undeniable. So now there's only one question left. What will you do with it? How will you show the world who you've finally decided to become? Because life doesn't reward what you know. It rewards what you do. Thank you for being part of Stoic Journal. Thank you for choosing to build your life intentionally. If these ideas resonated, explore deeper with the videos suggested on your screen now. Keep cultivating wisdom. Keep challenging yourself. And I'll see you right here again very soon. Thanks for watching and subscribe our channel Stoic Mindset Mastery.